You're welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to answer some of the questions that I am frequently asked. This person is posted that her dough always scatter inside the pan even before baking. There are two things that can make that happen. Number one is incomplete mixing. Incomplete mixing. If you do not allow the mixer to work on the dough properly until the gluten is developed, because gluten is the protein that makes everything to bind together, and that elastic nature of the dough is caused by gluten, and it can only develop when you do it properly, where you allow the spiral mixer to work on the dough properly. Then it will help to make the dough to be elastic. The second thing is not using the right amount of water or quantity of water. Water, not oil, water. These are the two things that can cause that. When the dough is rising, you see that it's almost splitting. You are seeing marks, as if it's tearing, as if it's burns. One of it is that the gluten did not form well, incomplete mixing. Two is right amount of water. If the dough is somehow strong, it's too strong, and you did not mix it well, that will happen. Now, how do we solve this problem? It's just one. Allow the mixing to be complete. Don't just use 15 minutes. Now, when we say that mixing is 20 minutes, for example, it does not include the slow mix. Get that? So when you start to mix and you put every ingredient in water, let's assume that you are using the wet method. That means approaching through water. So you use put your water, put all your ingredients, and then you slowly mix for maybe 2 to 5 minutes. And then you stop. And if you count that one as part of the 20 minutes mixing or 15 minutes mixing that you are taught, then you will have a bad result. That first slow mix before you add flour, it should not be included. When you can add water, flour, everything together, that is when the timing should start. You should learn that. So if you mix from that time, 15 or 20 minutes, your dough might have been okay. Now, so some flour may absorb more water, some will not. Some mix easily, some will not. So I don't know the type or the brand of flour you are using. So whether you are using Dangote, Golden Penny, whichever brand you are using, make sure the mixing is complete. Add the right amount or quantity of water. Now, along the line, add some drop of oil and then mix properly. If you observe that while mixing the dough is over rising, then you shouldn't add the yeast at the beginning of mixing. Just mix, and as you progress, you can just measure your yeast and pour and allow it to mix. So before it will actually activate the yeast and start to rise, the mixing might have completed, and it will solve a lot of problems. I tell you, most people don't know that you can actually add yeast that way. Yes, you may not know. Now, another simple way to add yeast along the line is you can put your yeast and sugar, little quantity of sugar in small quantity of water. So when you start the mixing, the quantity of water will not be much, so that when you add the one that contains the yeast, the dough will not be too soft. So you just continue mix without the yeast for a while, and then maybe when you sense that the dough is getting smooth, you can now take that one that contains some sugar and yeast, pour it, and continue the mixing. After 5 minutes, you see that it will be soft and the yeast will still act, and your dough will not overrise in course of mixing. Now, the last thing I will say is that if you are using cold water, good for you, and it will only give you good result if you know how to use it. It's not compulsory that you should use cold water, although cold water will help control the activity of the yeast. But if you use this approach I just gave, there will be no need for cold water. Thank you for watching. Please And please learn to watch my videos to the end, because most of you, when you receive your own when I solve your own problem, maybe at the beginning of the video you click another video, that way you are condemning my video and you are telling the system not to suggest my videos to others. But if you know that the video is helping you, please always watch the video till the end, click the like button, so that it will inspire me to bring more information on bread and bakery business. See you in our next video. God bless you.